Good morning, Hickory Sunrise.
Good morning. Will you please join with me in honoring our country?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity to gather together so that we can share our opportunities of service above self. We thank you for the musicians that are going to share their gifts of music with us today. Bless the food that some of us are consuming. May it nourish our bodies and our bodies to your service. In thy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Leave me seated. Mr. Honeycutt, so yours.
Good morning, Rotarians.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Good morning.
Wayne.
Yes, covered. All right, thank you. Is the perimeter okay this morning?
It is not. We had invaders in these white uniforms with helmets on, and we lost the battle. So, but we're ready to go battle again, and we've got our western front protected well up on the mountain, so we're going to depend on them in the future.
All right, good enough. All right. Now, announcement. No fines. Okay.
Ooh.
Merry Christmas.
Let me explain what's happened. We have a lady, Pauline, that comes in every morning, turns on the lights, cleans, comes in, afterwards cleans. Okay. And 2 years ago, we passed a bucket and collected whatever anyone wanted to put in it. We made a presentation. Next week, I will not be here. Last year, as you know, I was planning to go to Paris, and the Yellow Vest protested right when we were going, and we canceled. We're scheduled to fly out Friday or Saturday, and then all of France is protesting. There's 42 retirement plans. The government's trying to put them together for one plan, raise the retirement age. All the unions have struck. Yesterday, there were 300 miles around Paris traffic jam. The air traffic controllers on strike, teachers, you keep naming the group. So over France, this weekend was over 800,000 protesting, 225,000 in Paris. So we're up in the air. We may not be here. So what I'd like to do is to wish this lady a Merry Christmas. If you would like to contribute, we'll pass this around and we'll locate her at the end. And I'll ask Rick to make the presentation. I haven't mentioned it.
Haven't you learned they don't want you in France?
There we go. Yes. Okay.
Well, some people are starting protesting about you now, right here.
Yes.
I saw them with fine.
I feel sorry for them, going from that protesting because they're only getting 8 weeks of those.
Send the bucket this way.
Yeah, bucket come this way.
Bucket's coming around.
Next
Go
week.
that way.
Ron.
What kind of cook thing?
Southeastern Conference.
I mean, a team in it?
Wayne, do you have any more?
That's it. That's it. That's all.
Okay.
All right, that's all that's left.
That's all.
I'm going to put $1 in the bucket for cart in honor of Kenny's assistant and Kenny himself at Laguna's Printing. If you look at your bulletin, this may be the first time I've ever had a picture that when I did from the president and sent it to her, she read it and said, "You have a picture of that." And this is in our Rotary magazine. So take a moment, take a look at the picture, but you put this in the blue bucket here in honor of Kenny. Thank you very much, sir. Some of you may have to leave early, so I want Jenny to go ahead and talk about next week before we do our program.
So next week, we're going to share some Christmas spirit. If everybody would please bring a dish to share. I know that a dish can be defined as donuts or Bojangles or whatever. Some food item to share if you are not cooking yourself. And then the other thing is you need a gift that's somewhere between $20 and $25 in value. And then we will however many people bring gifts, we will draw numbers, and then there are rules that go with it. I opened my gift, I picked a gift, and it was this really cool wallet. And so then Roger is number 2, and he really likes my really cool wallet, so he steals it from me. So then I go back and I pick a different gift, and I get this very cool gavel, okay? And then Gavin draws, and he really likes my really cool gavel. Then he can take it. You can steal gifts twice, and then they die. So if I lose my wallet and Roger gets it, and then Gavin wants the wallet, then Gavin has the wallet from now on because it's been stolen twice. And we'll go back over that next week. So some food item and a $20 to $25 gift that can be stolen. So don't make an emotional attachment to your gifts until it's been stolen twice.
And make sure you go there again, because this group is kind of challenged, so.
I recognize that white crow design. It's okay. I'll work with you.
I'll help him as much as I can.
All right, thank you, Jenny. Joe, you've got today's program. Why don't you introduce it for us?
All right. Well, good morning, guys and folks. It's good to have you all here. It's an honor for me to have these young people here, and I appreciate their parents getting up early this morning. And some of these folks are going to miss a little bit of school because high school starts at 7:30. But
Sacrifices.
and it's my honor to introduce Marie Deneg, who is the music director at St. Luke's United Methodist Church, and just want to celebrate this very important gift that is offered to the community that St. Luke's offers, and it is Crossflame Community Youth Choir. We have kids from almost every high school in the community
there's 7 or 8 schools represented within the group.
And they rehearse Monday nights or Monday afternoons, and then well, I'll let Marie tell you all about it.
You're doing a great job. Keep going. Good morning, my name is Marie, and I've been with the group since last January. I took over when Ron Sinclair, who was my predecessor, retired after 25 years. I love that thing. And he was the originator of the group and saw it grow to great numbers, and then as sort of society shifted and our kids became a lot more active, those numbers have dwindled more. We have more than 3 kids in the group, though. Absolutely, this is not their time of day, and a lot of them just couldn't miss school. We have about 25 who are active in the group. Last summer, we traveled to New Orleans on tour, and we took about 24. So that was really great. In the past, the group has gone to the beach, they've gone to Charleston, they've gone to Atlanta, they've gone to Chicago. They've traveled the Northeast several times. Back in the 90s, they even went to Scotland. So it's been a group that has traveled pretty regularly, annually, the very beginning of the summertime. This next June, we'll be traveling to Kansas City, and we'll hit stops in Louisville and St. Louis, and then Kansas City, and then coming back, we'll hit Nashville on the way back home. So when we go on tour, generally we sing a whole lot, and sometimes we get to do some mission work. One of my things is I think if these kids get to travel, they need to know something about what's going on and where the area that they're traveling to. That's a really a wonderful privilege that we're able to offer them, and we fundraise so that every child can go. If a student can't, if their parents can't afford for them to go, that's not an issue. We fundraise, and we make sure that that's available to every student who wants to go. So when we went last year to New Orleans, we stopped in Atlanta and went to the Social Justice Museum, and stopped in Birmingham. We went to Selma and walked across that very famous bridge and went to the Civil Rights Museum there. We also were able to, there's a gentleman in North Carolina who lives in Durham that protested in Selma with Martin Luther King and actually ended up sharing a jail cell with him. And he came in and spoke with the kids and told them his story and gave them a little bit more insight about what it was really like to be alive during that period, and someone who was really very active during that period. So this morning we don't have any of that music available, but we are going to share with you 3 or 4 Christmas songs that we've been working on. Saturday we're going to Winston-Salem on a mini tour. will be singing a concert for the Rescue Missions thrift store, and they've publicized that to help bring people into their thrift store Saturday morning. Then we're working with a ministry called City Lights Ministry, which goes out into the community to work and minister with homeless children. And we'll sing a third time that afternoon at a retirement center, and then that evening we're going to take the kids to Tanglewood and put them on a hayride and make sure they're getting cold and bring them home worn out. So this is Marlon Florin and Grace Parker and Katie Grace Dehart. Thank you. And they're actually, Marlon and Grace are from Hickory High, and then Katie Grace goes to Challengers. So.
Christmas time is near, happiness and cheer, come for all the children call, every time of year, snowflakes in the air, carols everywhere, olden times and ancient times.
Elaine Schramm, and it's called Joy in Judea, and it's actually just for the ladies. So just the ladies are going to sing, and I'm going to sing with them.
See
you for having us this morning. It's been a pleasure to sing for you. You guys want to say anything?
I'm happy to be here with y'all today.
Thank you.
I'm happy y'all let us skip school today.
The truth comes out. The truth comes out. Our last piece this morning is Do You Hear What I Hear?
Before you all leave, we have some
Party gifts.
little gifts for you all. This is a coaster that says Hickory Sunrise Rotary Club, and our own Wayne Honeycutt actually makes these. And Vanna will give.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
And
much.
I have one for Marie.
Aw,
Right
yay.
here. And this is what they look like.
Cool.
Thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know you hate to be missing school right now. I feel bad about that, but I will get over it. Are you a soprano?
Katie is our soprano.
Alto, and baritone, probably, I would think. Right? But to do parts with only 4 voices, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Get a picture.
Can we
Get close, everybody.
Mr. President.
That's Jim's
Well,
fault.
if they want breakfast, we'll pay for the breakfast for them.
All ready?
I don't know if you want me in or out.
In.
That's okay, you're in already.
That's gonna go on our website.
Oh, nice.
Thank y'all. Do y'all want breakfast?
It's fabulous. It's fabulous, guys.
All right.
I've got to get a little bit off to school.
And parents, thank you for bringing your children. Joe, thank you for arranging this.
Appreciate y'all.
Joe, we thought you were gonna sing with us.
Well, we're glad you didn't.
I have
My wife would echo that.
That was cool.
to, Wayne, my phone rang during their concert. No fines today? Gotcha. Michael called me.
If somebody calls from the table, they Exactly.
Your name popped up on my screen there, but
You can't crank call anymore.
Thanks for having us. Everybody always wonders what Rotary Clubs is.
Now you
we have
know.
It's
fun
much fun. You probably would have a lot more.
every
Would you
week.
like to come back?
We would love to have you come back.
No other Rotary Club does what this
Thank
one
you
does.
very much. I think that might be what they all say.
We
No,
absolutely
if
have
they
a
been here long
great
enough, they're not, they don't do what we do.
That's for sure. You want to get the young lady?
Sir.
Okay, all right, all right.
Where you going?
I'm gonna skirt out of here. First church.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Michael, I was willing to donate the dollar to the home for unwed dentists, but
Yeah, we gotta, our money's really low right now. I'll get it next week.
Wayne won't be here, so it'll be all right.
I won't go get her, so.
Yeah, okay. Is Joe going to be your roadie on your trip to Winston, or?
No, I don't think so. I usually make the kids work, honestly. When we toured last year, I split them into 2 teams. They had to do their own luggage. They were our crew and everything, so. I try to keep them out of trouble.
I saw you, I wanted to do the same thing to me, don't buzz up.
In 70?
Reach out and text them.
Machine gun would be lighter. There's some more, Rick.
Got it?
Be careful. You can't go too far because I've got the keys.
Watch your head, watch your
Let's go
head.
this way, baby. Hey, you, Stinky. Out this door. Oh, look at that. Manly help, yay!
Manly help.
Thank you all again.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. Oh, look, the sun's
Troy, look at Vina.
Huh?
So there.
Hang on a second.
He's getting his act together.
Trying to get my act together here. Okay. Next coins in here.
All right. So Terry, this is Pauline. Every morning for Rotary, she comes in, turns on the lights, she checks the room to be sure it's clean. It's always nice. And next week, I think you finished on the 18th. Next week? 20th, okay, but you'll be here. So we may need you at the end of the meeting on the 18th. We'll just wait and see. But it's an appreciation for all you do for us, and our president has something to say.
This is for you for Christmas, which we thank you very much for. Thank you very much.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank y'all for contributing, and Wayne, thank you for reminding us of the things that she does for us.
Yes. One question. Okay, I was looking at the calendar after Wednesday, next week, the 18th, we have 2 days that fall in there, that one is Christmas and one is New Year's.
We're not meeting those 2 weeks.
Okay,
We will meet the second week of January, and that will be a club assembly.
okay.
So we meet Wednesday, this coming Wednesday.
The
Yeah.
18th, that's our
Um,
party.
We get to steal
That's right.
legitimately.
Following 2 weeks off, and we'll come back the second week of January for a club assembly. Mr. Hunt?
Things say or do.
Is it truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
One thing, but EMT school yesterday. He had to take his state board test when he got.
I'm gonna be out of town.
Enjoy.
I know.
He just-
I did it, but I